Why Peter Obi cannot win the presidential election, says El Rufai. Hello everyone, welcome to Newsport TV. Governor Nasir El Rufai of Kaduna State said the Labour Party's presidential candidate, Peter Obi, will not win the 25th February presidential election. The governor, in an interview with TVC News, said the projection by ANAP Foundation's poll and other opinion polls in favor of Mr. Obi were not accurately done, thus cannot be relied upon to measure the success of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party. Some polls had shown Mr. Obi leading with Bola Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress APC and Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party PDP respectfully trailing him. Rabiu Kokanso of the New Nigeria People's Party NNPC emerged as distant fourth behind Tinubu and Atiku. For instance, the ANAP poll conducted in early December 2022 showed 23% of voters are willing to vote for Mr. Obi in the presidential election and 13% proposing to vote for Mr. Tinubu, who came second. Atiku came third with 10%, and Mr. Kwakwanso was a distant fourth with only 2% of voters proposing to vote for him. But Governor Nasir El Rufai said the poll was not conducted accurately and that Mr. Obi's Labour Party is using ethnicity and religious bigotry in his campaign, which will also make him not win the election. I understand assistance for statistics. I'm not talking as a politician or a layman. The most important thing in looking at any opinion poll is the sample followed by the methodology. When you have hundreds of millions of registered voters and you are sampling 3,000 registered voters, your results are unreliable. We'll have a high margin of errors, and most of these polls predicting Peter Obi as the winner of the election are like that, Mr. El Rufai said. At the opinion polls conducted, the Bloomsburg one, the ANAP one, and the Ngozi Iweala one all used the telephone. Only 31% of voters registered contained phone numbers. When you pick your sample out of the 31% from day one, your result is dead on arrival. I can take every one of these opinion polls and deconstruct them because I understand that is sampling and what is the methodology, and those polls are a joke with the greatest respect, the governor said. He added that one reliable poll conducted shows that the election is going to be a close contest between the People's Democratic Party PDP and the All Progressive Congress APC. We have done a poll with a sample of nearly 40,000 across Nigeria, and the results of the polls show that we are ahead and it's going to be a tight election. There's a large percentage of undecided voters. We must work together to swing the undecided to our side, but we are ahead. How can Peter Obi win any election? He's polling 1% in Sokoto, 2% in Katsina, and 5% in Kano. That is where the votes are. All states are not equal. The fact that he's doing 70% in Anambra State does not mean somebody doing 10% in Kano is not better than him. Kano is 4 million votes, and the number of votes in Anambra is the size of one local government in Kaduna State. Peter Obi will win southeastern states. South, where else? He's not polling well in the southwest, other than a drop in the ocean in Lagos. He's polling in the Christian enclaves in the north, but how many are they? Peter Obi cannot win the election. He doesn't have the number of states, and he doesn't have 25% in more than 16 states. He can't go anywhere. Peter Obi is a Nollywood actor, and that is all he will speak about. This election is between the APC and the PDP because they have the footprint and the spate. Ethnicity and religious bigotry will not take you anywhere, and that is what the Labour Party campaign is about, Mr. Rufai said. So this is Malam Nasir El Rufai, who granted an interview, has been granting interviews actually I think he's done 2 TV stations as at the time of this report, where he spent time. It was not a hurried interview at all. He spent time analyzing what he had said earlier, that there are some elements in the villa who are working against Tinubu's election. and declared in another interview that he did not say President Buhari is the one. He said element in the villa. He did not say they belong to APC. He said actually they are not to be called party members, but they are cabals in the villa. He said they did not know when all of them did the work to bring the presidents to the position, but they are always surrounded. The president is always surrounded by them, and they are always in the villa. So they have huge influence on the president. So it was very clear. And he said they are so powerful that, but he doesn't want to name them now until the need arises. So now he has said Peter Obi is a Nollywood actor and cannot win the presidential election because the polls that people have been analyzing, the Anna poll, the Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala's poll and everything, could have been saying or could have shown that Peter Obi was leading, followed by Tinubu, then followed by Atiku, then Kwakwanso. But that the polls that they did that had more numbers, as he claims, like 40,000 people, showed that the APC's presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was leading. And he said he was a teaching assistant of statistics. So he's very good. And he also mentioned in the interview that he's a very mathematical person and he loves data. He also said that the North, Kano, Kaduna, Katsina, the states that have the heavy vote, have registered voters, but the poll they conducted showed that he just had barely 2%, that Obi just had 2%, which is, to him, not showing that he has the clout in that part of the country. So this is what Nasir Rufai has said. So what do you think? Calling him a Nollywood actor. From what we know about Peter Obi, he's not done anything Nollywood before. He's a staunch trader, like he fondly calls himself, who has his hand into many pies of businesses. He owns retail stores. He's also heading a bank. So those are the things that we know Peter Obi for. Perhaps maybe Malam Nasir El-Rufai will tell us what movie he has watched, maybe in a Netflix movie or a normal film where he saw Peter Obi featuring as an actor. I think that I did really enjoy the interview Nasir El-Rufai did because it was articulate. And I appreciated the fact that the governor was talking. I think it was different from the spokespeople or spokesperson who have just been firing at all cylinders, shouting down at their interviewer, raising their voices, which is unintelligible. But when you hear somebody like El-Rufai speak, you might not agree with, of course, what it was the only jab he threw, but it's articulate and it was able to. Maybe Peter Obi is going to respond to him, or maybe the spokesperson of Peter Obi will respond to him by also calling him something else. He's a Nollywood actor. Maybe we'll call Nasir El-Rufai a teaching assistant because El-Rufai called himself to say he was a teaching assistant. So maybe he would like to be called a teaching assistant, or he would like to be called a farmer. Because, it's just like if you decide to just keep going on and being distracted by major issues that are plaguing Nigerians at the moment, no fuel, no money to spend. People are, taking off their outfits in frustration in the banks, lamenting that their children have not been feeding because they can't even access money to buy stuff for their kids. The whole country is just going through a very dark period right now, and APC are shying away from accessing themselves to say this is how we fared. But we don't even need anybody telling us. We know how badly hit we have been throughout this administration, especially at this tail end. What's your opinion on this? Please drop your comments in the comment section below. Do you believe that, Peter Obi should be called a Nollywood actor or not? So let's get ready for the clapbacks from left, right, and center, as we've always had when things like this are spoken about each other. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and drop your comments in the comment section below. To our new subscribers, thank you so much for joining. And to our existing subscribers, thank you for always stopping by. May God bless Nigeria. See you in the next video. Bye for now.